Alright, boys. Got the old Manticore with this M8 Coil out here. You know, I'm going to show you this. You know, you may consider using this. It allows you to use your ears more so versus your eyes. You'll see what I'm talking about here. We're going to stay in all-terrain low conductors. Speed 4. We're just going to stay right there. We're going to change the tones on this machine to one region, all tones. You see that nickel and that fall there? Alright? You see that ID? I mean, that's sort of like one tone, ain't it? Now, you do have a stretched trace. Notice that. Okay? So you wouldn't see no stretched trace on the Equinox, for example, because you don't have no screen to look at. All you're going to get is a numerical ID. You see what that ID is reading. Now, I'm sweeping above that a little bit there. I don't know, about 4 inches. You get to see that long trace. Okay? Now, that's all-terrain, or one region, all tones. So the audio there is not telling you much about that. The trace is telling you more, right? The trace is telling you more about that detecting scenario than the audio on this machine. At speed 4. I'm going to leave the speed at 4. We're going to change to 5 tones. 5 tones. I went in there and altered the 5 tones. You see what I've done in there? I've raised that lower tone up for pitch, up for volume. You see it in there? And I moved the tone break over. Okay? That horseshoe is out. So now I'm out detecting in the wild. I've got that 9 in the meter. I've still got that trace down there. You see that? I mashed the horseshoe button. You hear that? So that would be an instant what? When I've got this lower, that first bend, see it right there? Let me see if I can toggle around in here. It ends at 6. And I turn the pitch up on it a little bit, and I turn the volume to max. Okay? So horseshoe back out. So the audio is not telling us jack about that scenario. But the screen is, right? The way I've got the 5 tones set up when I mash the horseshoe button, now the audio and the screen are telling me about that scenario. Okay? That's the way you want to use the machine. Now, you don't have to run the disc like I've got it in this machine. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. See, I've got the machine notched over to 8. Well, if I back that disc up to 4, while you're using the machine without the horseshoe button, you're going to hear that mixed tone on that situation. But is that necessary? Well, that's up to you. See what I'm saying? I've got the disc up to 8. So anything that breaks 9 on this machine, I get to hear it. I look down at the trace, I hit the horseshoe button. Oh, there's some lower conductive possible masking there. That ID in that meter may not be right, huh? See that? Now this is all-terrain low conductors, right? Alright. So then I remove the fall. Now that could be a gold ring down there too. You see what happens. That's horseshoe in, horseshoe out. We don't get that little jingle in there like we did when that fall was down there, do we? Lots of different ways to run this machine, boys. I like that coil right there too. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good evening.